You want to put this on the calendar coming up in 2 Saturdays. The Heartland Hybrid and Micro Schools Summit taking place. And on behalf of the Kansas Policy Institute, James Franko is here to talk about it. James, good morning. Thanks for joining us on KCMO. What do you guys have planned for next Saturday?
So I think this is just a great opportunity, one, to join you this morning. So thanks, Pete. Pleasure to be back on. And then secondly, to just realize how education is changing. Right? When I was a kid, let alone, no offense, when you were a kid, it was Monday through Friday, 8 to 3, took us as in seats. And even before the pandemic, this was existing. And this is a wonderful opportunity here from the people who are starting and founding micro schools, people who are homeschooling and now doing hybrid schooling where they're in person a couple of days a week or something. And it's a realization that education is not what it once was. And we should be embracing those changes, not sticking our head in the sand and pretending that everything's going to be okay as it is.
I like that. Now, I don't know why I would take offense to you referencing me or my age there, James. I'm not sure how old you think I am exactly, but trying to make sense of that. But either way, I get your point. I get your point.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I couldn't help it.
Oh, it's fine. How old do you think I am, by the way?
I don't know, 45.
No.
Okay.
You're off by 10 years.
Which way? But I doubt your listeners care about your age as much as they do about what the ages of their kids are and how they can make sure that they're finding the right opportunity.
I was just curious. I was just curious if you thought I was younger or older at 36 years old. But anyway, trust me, I've got you beat by almost a decade. So I should have been making the joke about my own age. Well, that's what what I thought was the case. So I was trying to understand that. So listen, I've got little kids. Listen, this is a great thing for people like myself. I've got 3 kids under 6. So this is like right for me, my demographic. We've all got young kids. We're trying to figure out the best way forward. So when people are looking at things, they say, gosh, hybrid, micro schools. And right away they say, I don't have time for it, James. I just don't have time for it. So how do you convince them to get out next Saturday and to realize if they find this to be important enough for them and their families, they do have time. They can find the time.
Well, I think that's absolutely the key. And we've got a variety of different speakers, national folks, local folks who are operating these micro schools. Maybe during the pandemic, we call them learning pods, but they've existed for a long, long time. We just maybe didn't have the vocab to talk about them a little bit. But I think the investment in the time is going to be talking to the people who are facing the same exact issues, young kids, jobs, soccer practice, church commitments, whatever it is. And there are families who are doing this today. And this is exactly the opportunity next Saturday at the Sheridan in Overland Park to hear from the people who are doing this, who maybe, if you've got 3 little kids, I've got 3 kids a little bit older than yours, is hearing about this directly from the people who are doing it. And people can go to kansaspolicy.org/events for the speaker lineup, times, tickets, all that kind of stuff, to see what opportunities may be there. This isn't just for the policy people at a think tank. It's for the families who are trying to find the right educational fit for their kid as well. Yeah, just go to kansaspolicy.org/events. You'll see it all right there. Sheridan Overland Park Hotel coming up next Saturday. And what are you seeing? It feels like since COVID, this has really exploded where people have explored these options. What are you seeing numbers-wise, enthusiasm-wise, especially over the last couple of years, James, on these issues like alternative education? Yeah, the numbers are quite remarkable. Nationally, schools have lost about 1 million kids across the country, I think is what I was looking at just this morning. And that's in public schools. And just as a quick aside, my mom was a public school teacher. This is nothing against public schools. It's just a reality of how education is changing. You even have the Wichita School District here trying to start its own kind of micro school environment. We've seen in Kansas more than 50% increases in homeschooling in the last 2 years. And these things were happening before the pandemic, but the pandemic, just like lots of other things in life, just put the accelerator on the floor for how these changes were being experienced, because it changed work schedules for some people, some adults, not all people. And that gave families more flexibility. And they said, hey, if I could put my kid in a school 3 days a week, but have them at home 1 day a week, or 2 days a week rather, give more time for family and those types of things, then why wouldn't I at least kick the tires on that and see if it worked? Because even the best public school in the state isn't going to be able to reach each and every kid equally well. Never mind the same thing for a 5-day-a-week private school. It's that so much of our life has changed over the last, not just the pandemic, but over the last 10 years with virtual, and we all do too many Zoom meetings and that kind of stuff. Why wouldn't we allow that same kind of innovation to come into an educational environment as well, to reach our kids where they are and prepare them for a world where that's going to be even more part of their lives than it will be for ours?
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. James Franko is the president of the Kansas Policy Institute. The event is next Saturday. Go to kansaspolicy.org/events to learn more. It'll be at the Sheraton Overland Park Hotel Saturday, September the 21st. James, thanks for the time. Keep up the great work, and we appreciate you being on KCMO.
Absolutely. Take it easy. Have a good day.
All right, you as well. James Franko on 95.7 FM, kansaspolicy.org/events.